Okay. We are live. We are live, and let's see how fast this is going to work. On TikTok, it's choppy. On all the other platforms, it looks choppy as well. Let's see if I do this. This is better. I'm trying to see if the video is doing well. If I look at the video here on my screen, it looks okay. I'm not sure on TikTok, so I'm gonna just go and take a look on TikTok right now. So for everybody that is joining here me live, welcome. My name is Stefano Vreze. I'm the founder of Titanify, and I automate stuff. I automate stuff in your business. I automate business processes. That's actually the main thing that I do. Automating business processes, streamlining business processes, systemizing things. That is what I do. That is what I'm good at. What I have been doing for over 20 years. So that's what I still am doing. It's a passion of mine. I'm a true tech nerd, right? And I love to do these things. So if you're joining on TikTok, hi Yaya, hi Cynthia, welcome to the stream here. We'll be doing some automations here in the next few minutes. So stick around if you want to see how I do that, which platforms that I'm using, which tools that I'm using to automate, systemize business processes. And I use tools like Zapier, Make.com, Microsoft 365 a lot as well. And today I want to talk about a lot of things because it's been a while since I've been live for longer than, let's say, 20 minutes. So I want to just recap a little bit what has been happening on my end about the business, about what's going on, but also some things that I need to get off my chest about the things that I've seen in the space, in the automation space, the business automation space. So that's what I want to talk about today as well. So stick around, put your comments in the comments, put your questions in the comments. If you see something that you want to know more about, if you have questions for me, if you want to comment on something, please do so. That's why I do these live streams. Just to show you how I do it, and if it can help you, well, that's awesome. That's really a goal of mine, just to show you. I mean, there's a lot of people doing this, but not a lot of people actually showing how they do it. And I don't know why. Maybe they're shy, or maybe they don't want to show sometimes how simple an automation can be, because we tend to charge, of course, for these things. And maybe you would think like, okay, but setting up a Zapier or something like that doesn't take a lot of time. So why would you even charge for that? I mean, if you have a surgeon that is a top surgeon and they only need like 5 minutes to do a complicated heart surgery, well, would you want to pay that surgeon less because he's faster and better than somebody that takes maybe 1 hour to do it? And that's kind of a principle with this as well, because we can kind of get us stuck in our head with this sometimes, like, and me as well, like when I'm starting out this new business and thinking what should I price my services, sometimes I'm thinking like, oh my god, that sounds simple what I'm going to do for this customer. Should I actually charge that much? I mean, and that much is relevant, especially when you're starting out, but still. And then you have to think about what is the actual value that you're providing businesses. And I believe that you offer a lot of value, a ton of value. So while it sounds simple to me to build something like that, to build an automation in Zapier and Make or whatever, for a business owner that is not accustomed to these things, that's actually pretty hard to do. So and that's one thing, they don't know how to do it, right? It gives them stress, they're not tech savvy and so on. And on the other side, the value that it brings to their business is a lot, right? And because it's a lot of value that you provide, you could, with a simple automation, for example, you could help them get double the amount of customers if you want, right? So how much value is that for a business? It's a lot of value. So the thing that you charge for that service should be adequate, should be enough for them to realize like, okay, this is the value. So of course I need to pay that much, right? And yeah, I don't know why I was why I was coming to this, but I think yeah, the point is that people in our industry, people that are tech nerds, people that are good at these kind of things and that do it themselves, they might think like, oh my god, why? I mean, this is simple. This shouldn't take so much. Maybe there's only 2 steps in your automation. So why would you even charge money for that? Right. But there's a ton more people that are not tech savvy that don't know how to do this, and we need to help them. That's why we do what we do, right? Anyway, I'm just checking here if who is online. So if you're following, welcome, welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Put it in comments. Where are you watching from? What are you up to? Would you like to see from me while I'm building out automations, systemizing systems, setting up tools, integrating stuff, all of that jazz. I'm just going to take a look here on my TikTok account, how smooth this is going. Because I'm doing this on my laptop here, and it's a pretty powerful laptop, but just want to make sure that this is okay. Let's see here. I am live, that's good. Okay, yeah, that's pretty smooth, I would say. So I'm gonna keep it like that. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna keep it on my Restream page so I can see the comments there. So if you have any comments on what I'm doing, just put them in chat. And I should be able to see all the comments from Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And actually, I will also try to. I can put these two next to each other, so I can do that. Hold on. So I'll put 2 screens next to each other, so I can see chat from both of them. If that works, let's see. So I have chat here. Yeah, and I'm gonna stop this one. And where is here? And then I do this, close this. Just want to see the chat here, so let's see if I can do this. Okay, go away. Chat, where are you, chat? Chat. Oh, this is annoying. Where is the chat? So if I minimize my screen, I cannot see chat anymore. Okay. Or no. Where is chat? I lose my chat if I look at this on TikTok. Theater mode, orientation, picture in picture, full screen. Theater mode? Where is my chat? God. Full screen. No, that's not it. Hey TikTok, let me see the chat, please. There we go. Okay, then I'll just do it like this. Okay, good. Good like this, I guess. And I can actually pause this one. So I hope that I can still see the chat. Okay. So if you have any questions while watching this, just put them in comments. So a couple of things that I want to mention today as well. So a couple of rants here. Let's see if I can. I don't need this, so I can close this one, and I can see myself. So okay. What I wanted to talk about, something that I wanted to talk about last time as well, but I couldn't get around it because of technical difficulties, so I'm gonna do it now. So what I wanted to show, I should pull this up actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So let me pull this up here. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna, yeah, this is okay. Yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to show. Let's see if this works. To see if I can see myself. Yeah, okay. So what I want to talk about now, just for a couple of minutes, is this. So as you see here, up here, this is like a landscape, a technology landscape, like a tech stack for sales. So all the different tools that you have within sales that could help you do the whole sales process. So it's about what tools do you have for your CRM, what tools do you have if you're doing lead generation, prospecting, you want to do qualification of your prospects, you want to close them, then the sales ops and retaining your customers. So these are like the core pillars here that you can see in this marketing stack, in this tech stack for sales. But as you can see, there are so many tools here. There are so many tools here. I just want to make sure that I keep in frame here. So if I do this and this, no, I'm going to do that. Okay. So there are so many tools here in this tech stack that you cannot put this in one tool, right? And in a lot of cases, people would love to put all of this in an all-in-one tool. That's something that comes back often when talking to customers. And it's something that I would love to have as well, like just one tool where we can put everything inside and it works seamlessly, it works well, we can do everything in there. But that's not reality. It just doesn't happen that way. While there are a lot of all-in-one tools, these tools will always have a specific focus point, right? And this example is just one example of all the several tools that you have. The examples that I can talk about, the ones that we are using in our company, is like ClickUp, is like maybe HubSpot at a point. I was using HubSpot as well. And these are like, okay, are they all in one tools? Like ClickUp, they say that that's their thing. Like, we are all in one tool, you don't need anything else. But that's not true, right? That's not how it works. These all-in-one tools, like ClickUp, has been designed from the beginning as like project management tool, as like an alternative to something like Monday.com or even Trello, right? And gradually they started to add on more and more things. A whiteboard they added to that, and then time tracking, and then even sprints and agile work, and then they have templates for CRM, they have templates for support desk and so on. So you could theoretically you could do it all in ClickUp, for example. If you're talking about sales, you could do it all in Salesforce, you could do it all in SAP, you could do it all in these kind of big buckets like Microsoft Dynamics and all of that. But should you, right? Should you do that? Should you put everything in ClickUp? Should you put everything in one specific CRM and hoping that that will solve all your problems? Lately, we were also working with Pipedrive, and I came across consultants that know a lot about Pipedrive, and I would also just put everything into Pipedrive, from the CRM to the projects to all the documents to email marketing and so on. While all of these tools, they can do all of these pieces in a way, it's some of these functionalities are not well thought out because it's an afterthought. They just wanted to add it so they can say that they're actually all in one, right? But I think if you're a business owner looking to systemize your business, to streamline your processes and so on, I'm not sure that's the best way to solve that, to have a business that is super streamlined and so on, to have one tool that does it all. I don't think that's a good idea, because it's like if you're mapping out a business process, one thing that you always need to avoid is a bottleneck, right? Is a single point of failure, as they call it as well. Meaning that, well, if this stuff breaks here, if you have 10 steps in your process and the step in the middle breaks, then nothing happens anymore, right? Then the whole business is down. You can't do anything anymore because you cannot follow up. It's all linked because that kind of tool, if that's the tool that you're using, the all-in-one tool, and if that one would break, or if that one isn't performing that well, then what? What do you do, right? So then you're stuck basically, and I don't like that. I don't like. I do like to have like almost a plan B, or a way that, well, if this one fails, then at least I have a backup. And especially in IT terms, this is true in a case of servers, for example. You always have multiple servers running in parallel. So if one fails, the other can take over. So we should do something similar within our business processes, not in a way that you have to duplicate your tools or anything like that, but that you do think about, what if this tool fails? What if the support ends? What if we are stuck here? What do we do then, right? And if everything is in one tool, well, then that could be a big issue. So that's why I would say an all-in-one tool is not always the solution to streamlining everything within your business. While it would be, of course, a dream that you only have to open up one tool, one license, paying one license, and so on, I don't think that's ever going to be the case, because as you can see here in this tech stack, and this is just one frame, like this is just one screenshot or just one frame in time. There's going to be more and more and more and different and changes here and there, and it's always going to be evolving. So you better have a strategy in place within your business that doesn't rely on one tool, that can be replaced to another tool if need be, based on your needs, based on what you want to do, right? So I hope that makes sense, because it's important to me, because this is what I do within Titanify. We help businesses streamline their processes. So I'm better. I should be sure. I should be at least the one be able to advise business owners that that's not the way to go. All-in-one tools, I don't know. Like, you can use them. Like, you can use ClickUp, and maybe you can use, I don't know, 50, 60, 70% of their features, and it can do a lot of things, but not everything. No way. There's no way that one tool can do everything. And even Microsoft 365, like, I'm an expert in 365. I've been doing this for more than 15 years now. Microsoft 365 is not an all-in-one tool. It's an all-in-one environment. That's also what Microsoft wants, that you, once you step into 365, that you don't need to get out of that anymore. You have everything that you need. But even in that case, if you see tools within the 365 stack, let's say, I don't know, project or to do or planner and stuff like that, there are better tools out there like ClickUp that can do project management than the tools that are in 365. Now, online, I also made a video, by the way, on my YouTube channel about online scheduling, right? Where you could do that in 365, but 365 doesn't have the full feature set that like a tool like Calendly has. So again, with the question like, should you do everything in one tool or in one environment? I would say the answer is no. You always have to think about outside of the box. You have to be open-minded enough to realize that some tools just work better than the ones that we have, even though it's like similar, but you know, But if that tool, that other tool that is not in that ecosystem, that is not in the all-in-one tool, works better and makes your life easier, then please just use that. Just use it. The point is that it works best for your company, that your processes work streamlined. That is the point, right? So think about that when you're thinking to install another all-in-one tool. What else do I want to say about this? Yeah, another thing is, instead of just looking at an all-in-one tool, maybe and maybe you think, well, I need an all-in-one tool because the tools that I have right now, they don't work that well, right? But I'll go back to this. But maybe it's not about it's not about the tool. So if you think about it, if you have in your current business a process with a bunch of different tools, and you feel like, well, god damn it, this is not really working well. It would be better if I would just have like one tool that does everything, right? I'm just seeing here. Can I minimize this? Okay. So what was I saying? So if you have in your business, if you have a process, you have a bunch of tools. You have a tool for scheduling, for email marketing, for your CRM, for project management, for you have a different bunch of tools, and you feel like, oh my god, this is not working well. This is not streamlined. This is taking a lot of time, a lot of manual actions. Well, maybe it's not about the tools, but maybe you just are not integrating them well enough. Maybe you're just not doing that well enough. So even if you have all of these tools, if you would have better integrations with all of these tools, maybe then your process would run smoothly and you wouldn't need just another tool or yet another all-in-one tool to make everything work correctly, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, think beyond what you have right now. Think beyond the fact that you think you need an all-in-one tool to make everything work, while most cases you just need to integrate better. Like one of our customers, they were thinking about, well, look, we have like an online booking tool, and then we have our CRM, but probably it's not the best booking tool, it's not the best CRM, because every time somebody books a call with us, we have to manually add the person in the CRM. I mean, that's the things that we get. So is that an issue with the tools, or is that an issue with the process, or is that actually just an issue of not having integrated the tools? The latter, right? It's about the integration. So if the process is okay, right? The tools are okay, but because you didn't integrate them properly, then business owners, or you would think that it's not working well. Like these are shit tools that we need more, or we need another tool. We need an all-in-one tool to make that work more perfectly. No, you just need to integrate these tools better. So think about that. So if you're watching, if you have questions about what I'm talking about, I'm maybe a little bit rambling all the time, but that's just me. I love to talk about this stuff. Hey Steph, welcome. Say hi if you're in chat, if you are interested in what we're doing here. Would love to have your opinion about it, and would love to see who is doing the same things as me as well. And if you have a business, just let me know what you're working on and how you're trying to streamline your processes, right? That's really interesting as well. And maybe we can help out with that. Good. Okay, what else? The all-in-one environment, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, maybe one more thing is you might be getting stuck in your processes so much, in your day-to-day work so much, that you don't have a clear view anymore of what's happening. You don't have a clear view of what is working well or not. And you would rather go just somewhere else. You would rather go see like, okay, Maybe the grass is greener on the other side, and like another tool would be maybe better because it's new, it's better, it sounds better, it sounds cool. Let's just do that. You have to be careful that you don't jump from one tool to the other. That happens a lot as well. I'm guilty of that as well, but I guess that's also because I'm a tech nerd, and if I see something new, I just want to jump into it and want to learn more about it. But in a business context, that's not the best way to go about it, because then if you need to migrate all of your data again and again and again and again, it's just crazy, right? So the thing that I would advise, that I would recommend, is always keep a high level view of what's happening. That's where business process mapping, the visualization of your processes, come in play. That is so important, that you have a visualization. And lately I've been doing those as well a lot, and every time I get the same reaction. Is like, oh my god, this helps clarify so many things within our business that I wouldn't have even thought about it. But that's just normal. You don't think about these things if you're just so stuck in your business. If you're just doing the thing every single day, you have to deliver for your customers. You don't think about these things. You don't think about how can I automate stuff? How can I improve the business or improve the tools that I'm using, right? But it's important, and that's where we come in. That's what we do, of course. But just zoom out before you make a decision to go to another tool, to do something else again. Just zoom out, look at your business processes. If you haven't mapped them out yet, please do so. That is really important. Even a simple drawing on your whiteboard, right? Just a simple drawing is more than enough to already have a little bit of more clarity within your business processes. And start there. If you then still see that there's a need to implement another tool, change another tool, then by all means go ahead, right? So yeah, good stuff. Yeah, talked about all of that. What else did I write down here? So yeah, let's automate basically. I want to just do some stuff. Maybe I want to show you some kind of visualizations that I think are important. Just gonna see if I have everything here before I do that. So the visualizations is a big part of my work. Again, it clarifies so many things for our customers and for me as well. Like if I need to build something, I need to see it first. I need to see like, what do I need? What are the steps? Who is involved? All of these kind of things. Okay, let's check. Oh, this was the one. I was at the right one. So if you have any comments, questions for me, just put them in chat and I'll answer them on the live. Let's see. Hey, Katrine, welcome. I can see it here actually on the other screen. So if you're joining, welcome. Say hi in chat, that I don't feel alone. Where am I? Okay, here. So visualizations. I want to do this one. Yeah. Okay. I'm just checking here so I can show you some stuff. Can show this one, and I can show this one. Right. Wait. Hold on a minute. I'll be right with you. Okay. Visualization. So please, I mean, it's not that kind of a rocket science anymore, right? So let's go into it. Show. I'm going to show you some stuff. Not myself, but this. Just want to see if this is coming through well enough. Just give me a second here. I guess it is. Just want to make, especially on TikTok, it can be a little bit tricky to see what is the middle, but I think this. Let's see. I just zoom in now. Hey Peter, welcome. So Soken, I don't know. Okay, here we go. Visualization. So if a customer comes to me with a question about, okay, I have, like in this particular case, was all about customer gets a lot of emails, a lot of requests, content requests, and it was overwhelming. Like the amount of requests coming in through the mailbox was overwhelming, and the current process was to manually assign or delegate some of these requests to their team members, and then the team members should go and do some stuff, right? So that was basically the current process. It became too much. Like if you have 2 or 3 requests per week, that's still okay. But if you have like 50 per day, then we have an issue, right? Then we need to really think about systemizing first, right? And then we can think about automating. And actually, even before systemizing, we need to have a visualization. They didn't have a visualization of this. They had it in their head like, I want this to be more streamlined because it's overwhelming. So I want it to let's automate it. Okay, but what does that mean, right? What does it mean to automate something like this? So then creating a visualization is the first thing that I do, right? And it, again, very simple. Just looking at, okay, this customer sends a request, so this comes into our email inbox in Outlook, and then it has to go to the team member. Now, if I think about the solution to systemize it, first of all, then I want to make sure that each step of the way, the data is stored somewhere. The actions that happen within the process can be used as triggers for automations. And then it's about building the automation, right? So for instance, if we get a request on an email inbox, that's already a good sign that we can create a trigger around that. So that we can create an automation that puts that data then into a project management tool like ClickUp, right? So that could be a good trigger. The data needs to reside somewhere. We need to store the data of that request somewhere. So where do we do that ideally? Ideally, we don't do that in our inbox, right? Because we don't want that. We don't want a full inbox all the time. Everybody's talking about inbox zero. Well, why would we want to keep data in our inbox then? So where do we want to store the data? Well, ideally, we store it at the same place as where we can divide or delegate tasks. But not always, because maybe there's attachments in our emails. Maybe we want to store the email itself. How? How do we do that? Now, putting that into a project management system is possible. We can do that in ClickUp. The question is, should we? And I think the answer is, for me, the answer is no. I don't think we should put everything in ClickUp as data. We should add links to documents, for example. And this goes back to what I was telling before, the fact that while you could do everything in ClickUp, at a certain point, putting all your documents in ClickUp, I don't know, it sounds overkill. It sounds making it more difficult than it should be, because if you just store these documents and even the emails in Google Drive, for example, right, then at least you can go directly into Google Drive to go search them. Just the documents. You could do other things with these documents through Google Drive. So you don't necessarily go into ClickUp, search for the specific task or the specific document that has an ID. I think that's making it more difficult than it is. And also having the possibility to do more with the documents than you could if you just store them in ClickUp, right? And one thing that I learned from Microsoft 365 and SharePoint and so on with information architecture is also like a document by itself. I have to be careful here what I say, but if you would put that in ClickUp. Now, the thing is, the document itself ideally is not within a database, if that makes sense. Now that's very, I think it's going a little bit too technical, but I think if you put a document, you could put a document into a database, into even a MySQL or SQL or whatever kind of databases people use. But for a document, if you have systems like Google Drive, even SharePoint and so on, and I guess SharePoint is also actually a database, but it's how they are stored. I don't know what I'm trying to get to here, but the fact is that Google Drive is a system that is designed for document management, right? ClickUp is not, right? So if you want to put a lot of things in ClickUp that is about document management, it doesn't make sense at all. It doesn't. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. So I add these kind of visualizations in here. So I like this kind of thought process that I have right now is what I do while I'm creating these kind of visualizations. And while it's only like 1, 2, 3 like icons and logos of these tools, this provides so much clarity for me, for the customer, for everybody. It is crazy, right? And I think that's really, really important to understand that that's what it should be. Clear. Should be very, very clear. Because we can say, I mean, I have a lot of other examples here. I'm not sure if I have a good one, but we can put it like this, right? And that's the next step. We could really put it like this, step by step by step by step. But if you want to explain this in just a couple of minutes to a business owner, this is already too much. So this is for internal use for me to make sure that I know what I'm doing and I have covered every step. But for a business owner, it's where was I here? For a business owner, they just want to see this. A person does something with Outlook and it triggers something within Zapier and automation, and something happens. It gets stored into ClickUp, it gets stored into the drive, and that's it. We're fine, we're good, solved, right? For a business owner, that's perfect. And what I do then is I put it in phases. So this is something that I recently started to add into the way that we work. I create automations, but I create the automations in phases, because it is very hard for a business owner that is not tech savvy at all to understand and to grasp what are they going to get, when are they going to get it, how will it look like, you know, all of these kind of pieces. So that's why I say, okay, look, phase 1, very simple. We will make sure, and then I put like a definition of done. We will make sure if mails are coming in, these requests are coming in, that they are stored into ClickUp and that they are assigned to your VA, to your virtual assistant. That's it. That's phase 1. Definition of done. I'm good. You're good. Fine. Okay. We sign off on that and we get started. On the next thing, so once that is done, it's a clear scope. They know exactly what they're going to get, how it's going to work. But that's not enough, right? Because the whole automation is more than just that. But that, at least that starting point, gives them very, very much a clear idea of what is going to happen, right? Yeah, and I'm just checking. How can I see who is online actually? I'm not sure. Okay. So that's phase 1. Then phase 2, once we have this going, so once this runs, and that's also important, this needs to be able to run standalone without any other phases. That's the first thing, right? This works perfectly. If you don't want to do anything else, at least you have this, and this is already valuable, right? But probably you will want more than that. Probably you will want that, okay, once we have our request inside ClickUp and some actions are being taken, like, okay, it is approved, for example, then we want to send out an email towards the customer and to say like, okay, it's going to be done, and we're going to save maybe a draft somewhere, and we're going to create also a nurture sequence towards that customer, right? That is phase 2. So a couple of more actions, and maybe here the drive is in here as well. We store these kind of documents in here. We can even connect these two as well, so that we can add even the mail in here. Like, these are the extra kind of steps that we build on top of this automation already, so that the end result of this phase is that the customer gets an enhanced version of the automation, because there is more stuff that is happening. There is more value added for the business, but also for their customers, right? Which is also important. Right. Again, if you have any questions about this, just put it in chat. Hey Farouk, welcome on TikTok. And this is how I go on and on and on in all of these phases until we reach the end. We reach the end point of their question. Like their end point is, I just want these kind of content pieces that we approved, I want them to show up as drafts on our Webflow website. That's really the end result. And no more than that, that's fine. If we have that, that's awesome. So we create phases until that goal has been reached. Whatever is needed. Do we need ChatGPT, Typeform, HubSpot, any of those kind of tools? We add it to that, right? So putting it in these phases makes a lot of sense for me, because then I can really go to the customer and say, okay, we do phase 1, then maybe in 2 weeks from now we do phase 2, right? And it's done when we say the definition of done is this, then it's done, okay? So it's not about the time anymore. I think that's where I made my mistake in the beginning, because I've been a freelancer for all my life almost, and doing time for money, right? Doing time for money. That has been my way of working for more than 10 years. So you get used to that. So once you come up with services with a new business and you want to price them, I was thinking in terms of time. Like we work agile, so we work in sprints, which is fine. Like you could say these are sprints as well, phases and so on. The point was that I was pricing the sprints. So I was pricing the time. I wasn't pricing the automations. I wasn't pricing the value. Kind of, I am. But you can see, like, if we say the sprints are 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever, and we price them, well, what if suddenly, what is the definition of done of one sprint then, right? So it becomes very obscure almost that, okay, where is the starting point? Where is the end point? And okay, this is 2 weeks, right? So I pay for 2 weeks. Well, no, you don't pay for 2 weeks. You pay for the value. And that is hard for us as if we do this and if we sell this, it's hard to detach the time from the pricing, and for the customers for sure. Like if we say like, this is the amount, this is the pricing, and this we do it in sprints, we do it every 2 weeks or whatever, then it just correlate the time with the price. And I didn't want to do that anymore, because it's not fair to them, it's not fair to me. And also the example with the surgeon is a great example of this. Like if a surgeon, a top surgeon, can do a surgery in 5 minutes and the same surgery is being done by somebody else that takes 1 hour, who would you pay more? It's not about the time anymore. It's about the fact that the one can do it better and faster than the other one, right? And that's the value. So this is the same. If I can do this phase 1 in 2 hours, good for me, right? The end result, definition of done, is still the same. But I do myself a favor, myself and the customer, by doing it fast, so they get the results fast and still the best quality, than if I would say, well, they paid for a sprint, it's 2 weeks, so I'll just draw it out in 2 weeks and it's fine, right? No. It doesn't make sense in my head. There is something to say about that kind of pricing point in terms of sprints, if it's like a fractional CTO thing. If it's something within those 2 weeks, you have at least like a couple of hours that you definitely will spend on this customer. You can hear me talk already about hours, so it then becomes time for money again. Not the best way, right? But that's why I put it in phases, and I've been presenting this to a couple of potential customers, and they get it, right? It's very clear. I have a couple of more here, as you can see. I put it in Miro. For me, that's the easiest. And then I can go really deep if I want to in a specific flow in a process and do it really step by step by step, and then linking it to the tools, linking it to the email sequences, and then you can do stuff like this, right? So this is much more detailed. This is really business process mapping, but it's not really that useful for the end customer, because they just want the results. They just want it to be able to work. They want to know how it works, yeah, but not. I'll see. For some customers, this will be very important that I see step by step exactly what's happening, and for others, it will be more than enough just to have like a very generalized overview, like something like this, right? Now this doesn't. This was one of my first drawings that I did, the visualizations. I think this is okay, but not good enough. That's why putting in phases for me as well makes much more sense like this, right? For me, for them as well. So that's what I do. That's how we do it. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show. So going back here. Any questions about this? If you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, where are we? LinkedIn, wherever you are. If you have questions about this, just let me know. I'm here to answer all your questions. And I hope the audio is coming through well on TikTok, because I'm never sure. Let's see if I can. Checking the audio. Where can I here. Yeah, it should actually be working, because this is capturing this. No noise suppression, I don't need that shit. Okay, that's good. So I have that. What else do I want to do? So today, also, one thing that I want to do is going inside Microsoft 365, because I don't know if you have seen it. I'm pretty sure you're not following every step that I do, but I've released a new article on LinkedIn. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, go ahead and go to my profile. And I'll just pull it up here. Or you just go to my website. Maybe it's better to go to the website. Titanify.be from Belgium. You can also go to titanify.biz. There's a profile name of TikTok here. And if you're on LinkedIn, well, just go to my profile. You will see it there. What we are coming up with these days is an offer. It's a collaboration with Pure Improvement with Zoe, where we actually gonna use Microsoft 365 to improve ISO standards, the implementation of the ISO standards. That's what we're going to do. We're going to help businesses that have an ISO standard implemented already to help them get more out of it. Basically, that's what we're going to do. And my part in this is all about 365, is making sure that if they're using Microsoft 365, that they are actually using it well, that it will support their ISO implementation, so they're not left in the cold around these kind of things. That's what I want to do. So I'll just show you my website so you can follow along here. So let's see. Oh yeah, that's showing up, that's fine. Okay. So the thing is, what we're going to do, and this is in Dutch, so I'll put it in English. So we have a workshop that we have developed to show you how you can get the most out of your ISO implementation using Microsoft 365. That's what we're going to do. So this is all about quality management systems and all of that nice stuff. If you have a manufacturing business, engineering business, if you have around 5 million in turnover, is the turnover revenue per year, then this is something that you definitely should take a look at. And what I want to do today as well is I want to go into, and I'm going to go into our own Microsoft 365 environment and just show you what you can do to use 365 to have a better impact for your ISO standards implementation. But even the features that I'm going to show you will help any company. It doesn't matter if you have an ISO certification to get or not. This is good for any kind of company, because it's all about data loss prevention, it's about security, it's about labeling, it's about compliance, it's everything that you can do within your business within the 365 ecosystem to keep your data secure, to not have any data leaks, to be able to find your data quicker than before. So all of these things play a role in there. So I'll just switch now to my Microsoft 365 environment, but I have to switch back. Yes, I know I needed a second screen because this kind of back and forth is not conducive, is not good for anybody. So that's coming up. That's my next improvement of the stream. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh yeah. Microsoft 365. So within 365, the tool, or like the environment, or the call it like security center, the data, the admin center maybe, yeah. The admin center within 365 that helps with compliance with data loss prevention and so on. And I'm going to it. So it's called Purview within Microsoft. That's like the tool, the product that they have for all of this. I'm gonna go to compliance first. So if you go to compliance.microsoft.com, that's where we want to get to. Okay. So, yeah, here we go. This one. So Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal. That's where we're at. Can we see this? Yeah. Cannot see everything on TikTok, but just to show you like this. See if that shows up. Yeah. So Microsoft Purview Compliance Portal. That's what we're going to use to set up our data loss prevention policies and so on and so on. The thing with 365 is really that they have been improving their products time and time again. Like the Purview is a new name that they have now. You have Entra is also a new name. So all of these kind of renaming, rebranding of tools is common within Microsoft. So Purview is all about compliance, security, and so on. So here you have different options. And the thing, if we're talking about ISO standards, there's a lot of check boxes that you need to make sure that you can get those check boxes to work before you can be accredited the certification. And within this portal, it helps you. It helps you at least from a 365 perspective. Everything that you do within your Microsoft 365 environment needs to comply to the ISO standard. So that's where you can see in here in this over in this portal how well you're doing on that point, right? As you can see here, I haven't done anything on my environment in terms of compliance and DLP and whatever, and it has 50% of compliance score, right? You can also see how many points did we already achieve in our environment. We have a long way to go, as you can see. There are points that are being managed by Microsoft. I'm pretty sure this means that a lot of the things that Microsoft has built within the 365 environment, they already make sure that it is more or less compliant with the ISO standards. They get their own ISO standard reviews, I think almost every year or more than once a year, but that's what they do, and that's why you get a score like that as well. But of course, within your own environment, you still need to set up a lot of the things that make sure that your environment is as waterproof as it can be. That's the whole point. It has to be waterproof, because otherwise you have, or you might think that you have like a secure environment. Microsoft 365 is secure as much as it can, but you still need to do more within your own environment to make sure that it's really, really watertight, waterproof. Watertight, solid tight. I don't know how you say these things in English. So yeah, you can see here compliance manager. So what you could do here is you can even do assessments based on a specific regulation. You could add an select regulation. So here you can select a regulation for your assessment, and I could search for ISO, and I'll just have to do it like this so you can see it. So you can create a new assessment within the portal based on one of these standards. And you can see there are a lot of these standards. One of the most common ones, I don't know if I can find it here, is the 9000. not sure where it is here. The 27,000 series, I think it's this one, 27,001. It's all about security, like this one. So I could select this one, and then we can go on and create the assessment, basically, right? And this will help us assess for that standard how well we're doing, right? And then we can actually do improvements. So we have like the improvement actions here. So let's just pick one. Let's see if we can get here categories. Manage infrastructure, cloud, service. Yeah, of course, everything Microsoft 365. The solutions that we're using, let's say that we're using SharePoint right here, and SharePoint Online. Yeah, you have SharePoint on-prem, you have SharePoint Online. So let's do that. So you have these ones. Okay. So what are some of the points that we need to do is, let's say here, block syncing of specific files within the shared drive. That's a good one, actually. If you pay attention, this is a good one. Because here you can actually set up a policy that prevents executables to be synced from your hard drive, from your shared drive on your laptop towards the cloud, and vice versa, or other weird kind of types of file types. You can block that, and I think that's a good thing, because maybe sometimes you're doing development and you save all your code somewhere, and then you have your executables and so on, but you don't really necessarily want everything to be put on the cloud, because if it's test information or whatever. But also in terms of security, it's better not to store executables within your environment, I would say. So this is what so you can click on that kind of improvement, and then you will get all the information. Microsoft recommends that your organization can block or prevent users from uploading specific file tabs when they sync their shared drive files. This is useful when organizations don't allow specific documents or files to be shared within the shared drive due to security or privacy concerns that will contain sensitive information. Also within the shared drive that you would be able to share to maybe outside externals, right? It's always better to safeguard these kind of things. How to use Microsoft solutions to implement this? You have to go, so you can use SharePoint Admin Center, so they already give you the solution as well. Select Launch Now. Let's see here, to block syncing specific time to So prerequisite license requirements. Here you can also see, like, you need to have the SharePoint admin role within 365 to be able to do that. And if you click here on Launch Now, it actually brings us towards the SharePoint Admin Center, and got distracted there. And we can link to the hoodie. Luis, thanks for the question. This is actually Scotch and soda. I bought this one a long time ago. I think almost 2 years ago, here in Ghent, actually. It's Scotch and soda. It's a brand from Amsterdam. So if you look it up, I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Scotch and soda. Scotch and soda, I think the name is, yeah. I thought it was a Dutch brand. Use precise location. Yeah, sure. Use it. I'll check, Louise. I'll check. Louise. To see if you can get up, if you can get the hoodie. I love this hoodie because it's pink, of course. I mean, I am a gay man. I am part of the LGBTQ plus community, and it's part of my branding as well. If you go to the website, wait,
So we go to titanify.be. I'm there in my pink hoodie, and these are the pictures that has been taken. I think I like it a lot because it's different, you know. Yeah, there we go. There I am. So here I am on my website, right? So I just like that kind of branding. Like I wouldn't say usually, oftentimes I would have like blue nails as well. So probably at one time I'm gonna do that again. And then you can recognize me from miles away, like with my pink hoodie and my blue nails. I'm here, the gay tech nerd, right? That's who I am. So the hoodie, let's see if they still have it, because it's actually the pink is going off a little bit, so it isn't what it used to be anymore. You can see it, like the sleeves are like darker. Um, they're darker pink than the hoodies. Sweaters here. No, I want gentlemen. Why am I with the women? Here. So that's the brand, Scotch and Soda, and then let's see if they have the pink one still. Well, I don't think they have, so I'm sorry. Or maybe, wait. Ah, here, this one. No? No, this is more like a sweater. Where are the hoodies? Hoodie, yes. Hoodie. I don't know. Hoodie? Did I do it right? Hoodie. Enter. Give me the hoodies. Now we're gonna go back to automating, don't worry. Thanks for the question, Louis. Funny. I have very long wave of meeting that I want to get whisper transcript. I know Python. Any tips? Louis, what do you mean exactly? I'm not sure that I understand what you mean. Huh? Oh, weird. Hold on, because TikTok is wanting me to do something before. Okay. Louis, you say, I have a very long wave of a meeting that I want to get a whisper transcript. I know Python. Any tips? So if you want to basically transcript your meeting, if that's the question, wave audio speech file to whisper transcript. I'm not familiar with Whisper. What I use, so Whisper transcript. You want to automatically do it. Oh yeah, I think I know what you mean. So you want to actually automatically move the wave audio speech to Whisper transcript. Why would you want to use Python? I'm pretty sure you can do something like this using Zapier or anything like that. And we can actually quickly check it out. Let me go into my Zapier account. Let's see. Because what I use Fireflies. It's similar to Whisper, I guess. And whenever I have a meeting, that note taker automatically joins my meeting, and then it transcribes everything afterwards. So that makes it super easy. So I don't really need to do anything, not even in Zapier, to make that happen. It's just an integration. It would make a great tutorial, Luis. Well, yeah, actually that's a good idea. Let me write it down. What I will do the next couple of days, then I will just create. Where is my? Here it is. I will write it down. I will make a video of it. Sure, why not? Wait. What would you want to see, like specifically from
what would you like to see? Just like how you can transcribe your meeting and how it automatically creates a transcript. Would that be most valuable, or would you really want to see how it works with Whisper, or it doesn't matter for you? So actually, I can do it with their AI tool. So within Zapier, you can basically let their AI also come up with a draft. You can say, okay, transcribe meeting through Whisper. Let's see what comes up. And that's also something that I mentioned in the beginning of the stream. Like, it doesn't always have to be that complicated, right? Look here, Zapier already suggests Fireflies, right? So I'm not sure if they actually integrate with Whisper. Let's see. Where do I do this again? I'll just create a new Zap. It's going to be easier. Okay, it doesn't matter. Audio file on G Drive and then makes transcription. Yeah, 100%. That's honestly, that's pretty easy. So I would say if the automation, if the thing is, and again, then we go back to visualization. So that I can understand it 100%, and then it confirms what you're talking about. Come on, Miro, give me a hand here. So those types of automations are really valuable, I would say as well, right? No matter which tool that you're using, which kind of automation tool that you're using. So let's go in here. Louis, what industry are you working in? Like, what is your business about? Is it, or are you the one that are trying to create the automation? Because what I always try to do is as well, like, come up with automation specific for an industry. So it could be, I don't know, online courses, something like that. I don't know, right? And then per industry, we can then take a look at, okay, what is it? Retail startup biz with lots of meetings. There we go. Well, actually, I've already been creating some kind of automations here, like this, but not in the phases, which this would be to broadcast new listings, for example. This is like the type of automation that I would create to automatically broadcast new listings. But in your case, it's about meetings. So let's say you have the Calendly. So you use Calendly to book the meeting. Then you have Zoom. Let me quickly get Zoom. I don't know if I get it here somewhere. I'm looking for the logo of Zoom. Can't find it now. Let me look for it. Zoom. So if you use Zoom or if you use Teams, doesn't really matter. Because all these meeting tools, they have a way to at least download it. I wouldn't say that, well, yeah, Zoom has transcript now. Teams has transcript. Google Meet has transcript. So there's, or even if you have meetings through phone, right? If you would be able to record your phone messages, you could also do that. Especially if you have a tool like Fireflies, I would definitely recommend looking into Fireflies, because that tool also has an app on your phone. God damn it. Zoom, here we go. So we do this. And then we have Google Drive, for example. We have this. And Fireflies. Let's see if I have it here. Fireflies. I don't know. I'm just going to use this one for now so I don't lose too much time. I just want to show you how I would solve that, right? And then once I've visualized it, then I can really start building the automation. So let's say that this is fireflies. So you want audio file on G Drive and then make transcription. Question for you, Louis. What do you want to do with that transcription? Do you want to store, do you want to automatically like extract action points from it? Because I made a tutorial about that actually. I made a video about that you can watch on the YouTube channel, how I do that. Also through Zapier, by the way. Because then you could put this transcript into a project management tool, basically. So that you could put that here into ClickUp. So that's how I would do it. So you get, somebody books a call from Calendly, you do the call in Zoom, the transcript gets downloaded automatically in Google Drive. It automatically gets entered into a transcription service like Fireflies or even Whisper, whatever. And then it gets added into your ClickUp, your project management environment that would create a new line, maybe action points, yeah, and Jira cards. Yeah, Jira cards, perfectly. Like you can use ClickUp, you can use Jira, doesn't really matter. So 100% we can do that. That's definitely possible. And yeah, for sure, I will make a video about it. I will make a tutorial about it to show you how you can do that. If that's valuable, I will do that. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. But as you can see, like this seems simple, right? And the thing that you're asking for is, in a way, it's simple, but if you're not tech savvy, if you're a business owner that have all of these meetings, you don't want to necessarily do it all yourself, do you? You could do it if you're technical and if you like this kind of stuff. By all means, go ahead, right? But just be careful that this could take me, I don't know, maybe an hour or two to build, right? If I have all the credentials and everything, and if I have the test information. But maybe for other people, if you're a business owner that is interested in these things, this could take maybe 2 weeks to really make it work, right? So that's why it is important to understand, like, okay, we can do it, it looks simple, but do you really want to do it yourself, right? That's always the question you have to ask yourself. But it's for sure, it's possible, right? And I love the real estate industry because there's so many things out there, so many actions, so many things that you can really streamline, like all of this, like property listings that you can automate and broadcast to your audience automatically, even using WhatsApp. I'm not sure if you're using something like that, but all of this is possible, right? I have a question for you, Luis, if you're still here. Tools like Property Base and Wise and so on, and even Zillow, do you use something like that? Do you use these kind of all-in-one tools? And this was also something that I was talking about in the beginning of the stream, that I believe that you don't always, it's not always an advantage to have like an all-in-one tool like Property Base or anything like that, because then you're stuck with that tool. That's one. And probably not all the features in there are as adequate or as high quality as you would want them to be, right? So something that I'm always curious about when I'm talking to people from the real estate, from any kind of industry. The other day I was talking to somebody from a dog grooming industry, and also they have specific platforms like Nuna, SalonBridge, Omnify, Fresha, all of these things, all-in-one tools. You know what happens with these things? They don't integrate with anything. Like this is what I would want to do, but with these tools, it is not possible. And the reason that it's not possible is because they don't want it to be possible, because they want the customers to stay on their platform and nothing else. And that's an issue, because you don't want to get stuck in one platform again. What if that platform is not good enough anymore. You can't do any kind of customizations, and then you're stuck, right? No, you're in retail. We use more like product inventory tools. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, I missed the point. Retail, and I read real estate. Retail. Okay, yeah. Okay, actually, that's a good one. Actually, I haven't had one from retail yet. That's a good one. Yeah, my apologies. I was reading real estate instead of retail. So let me just quickly. That's a good one because I need to remember that. I'll take this. So yeah, everything Excel and Google. So would you say that so instead of, so for your project management and so on, do you then also use Excel, or do you use like because if you want to store your action points, you use Jira cards, you say. So give me an idea why you use like, for what do you use Excel for example? What kind of use cases do you have for Excel? And would you be able to use a tool for that, or would you want to automate stuff in that as well? Because that would be interesting for me as well to see what other automations I can come up with. Oh, this is shit. I'll have to redo this. So I'll put that one here if I can. Yeah. So this one is, and I'm gonna I'll just put this one. So I call it practical systemization, practical automation as well. Automation, I call it. And this one was all about transcribe meeting plus action points, right? And let me find Jira, because you actually use Jira, right? It surprises me a little bit within retail. Like Jira is commonly used within the development space. So I'm curious why you're using Jira as well. Jira logo. What is it? Atlassian, yeah, that's the one. I have nightmares about Jira actually, because I've used Jira before as a developer and it gave me nightmares. Oh my god. Probably they have improved a lot, but that's why I like ClickUp more these days, because it doesn't have to remind me all the time about the corporate life that I had in the past. Yes. So something like this. So Calendly to Zoom to G Drive. I'm really gonna find the Fireflies logo. Fireflies logo. No, Fireflies dot AI, I think. Yeah. Logo. This one, that's Fireflies. So Louis, tell me, what kind of retail business do you have? Copy image. And then we put it here, because this is Zapier logo. I'll put it here. Done. I mean, just the simplicity of this kind of visualization, it just does something to me. I don't know what it is. It looks so good, right? I like it a lot. Yeah, so let me go ahead and make a note of doing that tutorial, how you can do that. Tutorial creating action points from meeting transcripts. Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Keep in touch. Keep following. Check out the YouTube channel. You will find already like one tutorial where I did something similar. Check it out. Check that out. But I will make sure that I have something like this that takes the transcript from the Google Drive, because I haven't done that yet. So that's a good one. And yeah, if you have any more questions, if you want to see more, just let me know. Put it in comments. I'm happy to keep chatting. Happy to have you here. Thank you for watching on TikTok. I'm always very happy to have people on the live stream, and I'm doing this every single week. So around like every Tuesday around this time, I'm doing the live stream, and I'm doing this kind of things. I am just playing around in my own environment, setting up things, and so on and so on. Right. So thanks, Louis, for being here. Keep watching, keep liking, keep following. Happy to see you back again. And again, if you have any other automation questions, just let me know. Put it in chat here, and we can already take a look at it. I will be going offline in about 15 minutes though, because I want to make sure that I restrict my time to go live. For marketing purposes, not the best idea, but I really have to safeguard my own time as well. Put some boundaries, otherwise I would go on and on and on. Right. So I just want to close off maybe, Louis, if you have any questions, if you want to see anything else, just put it in chat. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and go back to my Microsoft 365 environment and go in there. Okay, the compliance manager, that's where I was at. Oh yeah, I was doing this one, right? Yeah, I wanted to block specific files from syncing to the hard drive. Yeah, and I was going to SharePoint manager, SharePoint admin. There we go. So, I mean, this is useful. This is useful that Microsoft helps us very quickly to go to the right administration page and the settings, and then we can set it up. So here in the admin center of SharePoint, we can go for, now I actually have to, here, manage sync settings, this one, the sync settings of OneDrive. Here, block upload of specific file types, and this is what I meant. So here you can say this, the extension, right? Do not include spaces, blah, blah, blah. I think so. .exe files are a good one. The other one was bat files, PS files, even PowerShell scripts. Shouldn't be, I mean, they can be synced, but should they really be? I'm just thinking. So stuff like that. This is what you can do, right? I'm gonna leave out PS1 because I still want that. But like executables and bat files, these are files that I don't want to sync that. I have no use of them within my cloud environment because I cannot open them. And if we put that in our cloud drive and we would be sharing that with other people, this can become very dangerous because they could. That's the thing also, like if you share like your drives with somebody else and they would add a bat file or an .exe file into your shell drive and you then put it on your hard drive and you suddenly just execute these kind of things, that's a huge security risk. So yeah, that's why adding this in there. So just for TikTok purposes, I'll put it here a little bit. So for security's purposes, a very simple one, go into your SharePoint Admin Center, go to your settings. I'm not even sure where. Oh, here, sorry, yeah, settings, yeah, yeah. And go within your settings, so go to your settings, go to OneDrive, block upload of specific file types, and then put in exe and bat and start with that. Just save it, and that's done. So anything that is on your drive, on your computer, that is shared and synced with OneDrive, these kind of files, they will not be synced anymore, which is good, right? That's like one of the actions within the compliance manager that is suggested that you do, right? And once you have done that, now I need to make sure, because this is evidence. Yeah, you have to actually add your evidence, and I think you can do a link. So upload evidence related to the action implementation and verification in the forms or files or links. So this is something that I need to investigate a little bit more. What they exactly mean. Do they want a screenshot? Manual actions and how to implement. Select save. Can update status in either location. Few notes. Storing evidence here. Upload evidence. You can upload evidence related to implementation and testing work in the form of files and links directly to the evidence tab. Well, what kind of links? Enter name of a link and its URL. So docs, images, yeah, I guess you can do just like screenshots and add it as a screenshot. Huh? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I would go here and here. Or what if I just, no, I just want to have a proof. So let's just put that in here. Let's get our snipping tool. Okay, if my computer wants to work, snipping. And yes, I know it's still Windows 10. Don't judge me. Just the idea to have to really reboot, not reboot, but reinstall Windows on this machine gives me nightmares. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it if I have a lot of time, like a lot of time, which I don't. So I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to save this. Oh God, I hope my computer is not dying now. This is, God damn it. Come on. Save this shit. Yeah, it's slowly dying. I think it's time to log off before it explodes. God, I need a new computer, that's for sure. Okay, let's put this and let's say evidence in here. And then we do add evidence, documents, browse. It's supposed to be, so I'm not sure if they can actually handle PNGs. I hope they can, but would be stupid if they couldn't. Yeah, thank you. Done. Yeah, good. Evidence added. Related controls. A few controls that contain this important improvement action and relation impacted by each control. To see assessments. I guess this is a control related to an assessment then. What does it do? Configure data loss prevention policies to identify. Yeah, this is part of. So this is like a control. That's like a bunch of actions at the same time. I just want to say this is done. Can I not say that? Assigned to owner. To me. Right? And now implementation status. Sure, it's good. Thank you.
edit, save. Okay. I guess this one, right? Save and close. Or edit details. Ah, here we go. Yeah. Implemented. Select date. Today. Enter notes. Excluded. exe and bat for now. Save. Awesome. Export testing history. Save and close. Now let's just save it. Yeah, nice. Nice. Louis, if you're still here, do you have Microsoft 365? Can I see that if you're still here? Hold on. Oh yeah, you're still here. I can see that you're still here. I guess so. Otherwise, the system is shit. Okay, so we have that. So this is an implementation. Then I can go back here, and if I refresh this, does this give me 27 points? Okay. Okay, chat, cool. I don't get any other chats except from TikTok. Well, whatever. So, well, wait a minute. No, I already did this one, so why? That's weird. Look, chat, I'm figuring this out because I want to go deep. No pun intended. I want to go deep within Purview to really see what is possible to protect your data, protect my data, protect my environment. That's what I want to do. Okay, so if you go back to overview, at least I would have like one control or one. It doesn't. I guess there is like a sync every 24 hours or something like that. So we'll have to check maybe tomorrow what it is. But that's just like one tiny piece of all of this. So you can imagine, oof, like, okay, you can imagine how much work this is to do, but at the same time, how much we can really make it watertight so that we have a super secure environment, and also an environment that can work more efficiently. That's also the point, I would say, right? If you put in the right policies, like this one about blocking the exe files, the executables and the bat files, that by itself will prevent any issues. So which means that the whole thing will run more smoothly because we don't have to deal with any of that shit, right? And that's also the point. So the efficiency gain is from setting up policies that prevent anything bad to happen, right? So that's why going through all of this is definitely worth it for your business, for sure. Anyway, dear chat, dear TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever you're watching from, this is the end of this stream. I'm hungry. I need to eat something. And my computer is almost dying as well. And I look tired, don't I? I look tired. So I'm going to go now. I want to thank everybody that was here live, especially Luis, for being here and asking these great questions. So I will take that and create some videos about that. And yeah, if anybody else wants some help with business automation, with all of this stuff, you know where to find me. Titanify, just look it up, search on it on Google, LinkedIn, Instagram, but not so much, honestly. I don't like Instagram anymore for that. So LinkedIn, Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Twitch even.
So we're on all of these platforms where you can find me, where you can find Titanify, where you can find a lot of information about what we do and how we help. And anything that I can create in terms of tutorials, like for Louise as well, I'm happy to create those because that will help many, many, many people that are looking for solutions, simple solutions that can help make their business life easier. And that's the whole idea. Awesome. So thank you again, everybody. Have a nice evening, and we will see each other probably next week or before that. I'm not sure yet, but let's see. At least next Tuesday. All right. Bye. 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 Oh God, and that is also on stream. Sorry.